we're driving in, we tend to look at the vessel to see how much graffiti is on it.
Well, when we arrive in the morning, we have to unlock the ship. Sure nobody tried to break in because it's a regular occurrence out here in Samoa. First thing we do, really, the first job is to put up the flag.
There's about 6 of us that come on a regular basis, twice a week, and we are its caretakers, and we are trying mightily to do a good job at that. So we don't get a lot of notoriety in this area because it's too far out in the middle of nowhere.
It's definitely a labor of love. It's something that we get together and as a group, we don't want to see this thing go away, and we don't want to see it rust into nothing. We definitely don't want to see it cut up for scrap. So we're doing all we can to promote the longevity of the boat and to make sure it's saved. We want to turn it into a museum, ultimately, and allow people to come on board, have functions on board, also to use it as a meeting place for other veterans. And we should be able to concentrate on the bow next week. Okay. Because the weather's supposed to be.
We unlock all the locks and we sit down and talk about the boat, talk about what we want to do.
And we decide, okay, which piece of rust are we going to work on today? And then we put it together, and then we go gather up our tools and start the generator and build some air and start to go to work. You know what? It's most effective when you're skimming, instead of the straight up and down rattle. And it just gets in there. It just knocks the crap out of it. It's hard to keep up with the rust, especially on an old vessel like this. We are meant to be here to save this ship, and we're going to do our best to do just that.
Last night we had some rain. Came in this morning, floor is all wet. And we found a leak right up here.
Well, if rain gets inside the ship, it carries the salt with it, and it corrodes, it rusts. And we haven't been very successful in staying ahead of the rust. We try to keep up with it, and we kind of go in spurts, because in order to do the job and do it right, it has to be dry. Well, this is Humboldt County, and it's not always dry here.
We get a lot of rain, and it all builds rust. It sort of eats the boat up faster than it would anywhere else. We're losing a little bit all the time because there's just not enough of us to really do this.
It's overwhelming. This thing it really is. If we had a crew of 10 guys and twice the air pressure, we could bust a whole bunch more rust. You know, we could put some more paint down than we are. It's hard to keep up. We're right on the bay.
No one around here is very young. and it gets harder every year.
You know, the reason we don't give up on this ship, even though we're not even keeping up with it, is that we care about this vessel. We care about the educational possibilities of it. We care that it has a history that's interesting, and it's partially a local history.
It's a long shot. I know it's a long shot, but that isn't going to stop us because the mission is to save the ship. And if we don't, they're going to cut it up in little pieces, which would be a travesty for sure.
But honestly, no ship deserves to be high and dry on land like this. This thing needs to be in the water. That's what this thing was built to do. We can get a new bottom on this thing and refloat it. It would be like a dream come true.